action. Hi guys, today we're going to talk about our favorite books for creators. And we're going to dive in right away. So let's start with Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl. This book is an essential book for every single human being on planet Earth. That's my opinion, and I stand for it. If there is only one book in the world that you must read, this is the book, because it tells you how horrible human beings can be, and on the other hand, how beautiful individuals can be. One of the main lessons that I learned from this book is that no matter how bad the circumstances around you, whether you're in a concentration camp like in this book where practically have no choice, you can get killed at any moment. But the author says that even in that, the worst imaginable circumstance, people still have a choice. And this choice is inside of your head, whether you give up mentally or not. And it's only up to you. Nobody can force you to make this choice. Only you can make this choice. And you can apply this lesson from the worst possibly place on earth for a human being to be in a concentration camp to a person's life. No matter how bad your circumstances are, there is always a choice. You can see people who give up just by the way they look. And that's exactly what he talks about in this book. So you always have a choice. And today, I think one of the best choices you can make is to read this book. So Rumikay, what's your pick for today?
My pick for today is Letter to a Young Poet by Rainer Maria Rilke. It's a great book, and I think every artist or writer, whatever you are, you should read this. So it's basically a book of 10 letters between the poet, Rainer Maria, and a young student who wrote to him first, asking for tips on life and poetry and writing. And Rainer responded back. And that continued for 6 years, correspondence back and forth through letters. And it just contains such beautiful and amazing tips on art and writing and life. And I think that every artist should definitely check out this book at least once in your life. But maybe even a few more times. It's one of those books that when you feel like you need inspiration, motivation to pursue forward, with your art and creativity, this is a great read. What's your next book?
My second book for today is The Listening Pad by Julia Cameron. I've been obsessed with her for a long time. I read quite a few of her books, and every time I read it, it just gets me straight into writing, and writing longhand. So one of the top lessons that you can learn from this book, or any book for that matter from Julia Cameron, is how to do the morning pages and the importance of morning pages. Yeah. And the way that she recommends to do it is to write 3 pages, first time in the morning or after the walk, longhand. 3 pages, just stream of consciousness. And do that for a certain period of time. And then you'll notice how your mood changes, the ideas come to you seemingly out of nowhere, and things like that. This is a very powerful tool to do it. This is a 6-week program, so it has a lot of good stuff to follow. And the second thing that's specific to this book is writing to a person who no longer exists. The person specifically from your family. If there is someone who passed away, there is one exercise that she recommends that you can use is to write to the person who passed away as if you're talking to them in real time. And I tried that exercise a few times. In the beginning, it might feel a little weird, but then as you start writing, you start writing with your hand as if they are the person talking to you, because you know how they were talking and what would they respond to you. So it's almost magical how this thing works when you talk to someone who passed away through writing. I think people who passed away, they never really passed away. They just moved on, to another world, and the energy is there. Energy is remained the same. The energy is indestructible. But that's my thought. And now let's talk about the last book of today that Rumikay is going to share with you.
So the last book of today that I highly recommend for any artist or any person that's looking to better themselves or to grow spiritually is The Untethered Soul by Michael Singer. This actually is the guided journal because I borrowed the book from the library. So if you want to support libraries, you can do that, or you can buy the book. But the journal is also great because you can go through some guided exercises. But basically, the book is about spirituality and emotional intelligence, if you will, if you're into some concepts of meditation and kind of like looking yourself above from your ego and just how to deal, with negative thoughts and negative emotions, and how you are not your thoughts, but you're the observer that can observe the thoughts. So it's actually very interesting. And I will say that it is a dense book. So if you're new to these concepts, it might take some time to kind of really get used to it and understand them. But I think they are really helpful in situations where you need to get away from your thoughts and how to process them, and really how to grow spiritually and how to become more emotionally intelligent. So also the guided journal is a great thing as well. Like, it basically has prompts and questions and you can answer them. Listen, this life is not easy. I mean, creative life for sure, because you go through so many ups and downs and disappointments, and you have big dreams and things like that. So it's always a good thing to journal and have something, to express yourself and keep you on track with your thoughts and emotions. Yeah.
And now we arrived at the obsession of the week portion. So, Rumikay, what is your obsession?
So my obsession of the week is actually this amazing coffee shop in Burbank. It's the Ugly Mug Coffee Shop, where, we drank coffee. Like the last 2 times we got their coffee from there. And I love the vegan hazelnut, and I know you love a different one. But overall, the coffee shop is this great little spot in Burbank, on Burbank Boulevard. So if you're in Burbank, I highly recommend to check them out.
Yeah, and my obsession of this week is a case for pens.
Oh?
I am obsessed with fountain pens because I write a lot longhand. I assembled a collection of 3 fountain pens so far. It's been a bit of mess to how to transfer it from one bag to another, or from one table to another. And then I figured, wait, there should be a case. There should be a case for pens. And I found a very nice red leather case for pens. And it's perfect. It has individual section for each pen so they don't rub against each other. I can take it anywhere and transfer from one bag to another. Absolute joy. And you can find all of this in our show notes.